Hey, happy Wednesday, everyone. Hope you are doing well. It's the middle of the week, the hump day, right? So we're at the top of the hill and gliding down towards the weekend. It'll get here pretty soon. And I hope everybody enjoys this beautiful day. This is In the Raw, unpracticed, unedited, unscripted conversation. And Leonardo da Vinci once said, learning is the only thing the mind never exhausts, never fears, and never regrets. And, that is something that I've always believed and lived by. We should always be learning. And as a teacher, I always tell my students, we never stop learning. And, I've been teaching for so many years, and I'm already considered of the older generation. And I tell my students, I am always learning. I'm still learning. And I will never stop learning. And it's something that we need. It's a state of mind we should always have. It's a mindset we should always live by. We need to always continue to learn, regardless of what age we find ourselves in. And there's some dangers in thinking that we've already learned it all, that we know it all, and so because of that, we always should always learn and look for things to learn. And Proverbs, as you know, was written by the wisest man that ever lived on this earth. His name was Solomon, King Solomon. And he said a couple of things. One thing he said was, intelligent people are always ready to learn. Their ears are open for knowledge. So he's equating intelligence with learning. He's saying intelligent people are always ready to learn. And that's what we should always, that's the attitude we should always have. What can I learn today? What's something new that I can learn? What knowledge, new knowledge can I gain? And even though you might find yourself doing the same thing over and over again, there's always something to learn. That's what I always tell my students. And then he also says, if you stop listening to instruction, my child, you will turn back on knowledge. We get to a point where we think we know everything. We get to a point where we said, there's nothing more I can learn. I've learned everything. I've already, finished my education, college, grad school, or even, what do you call it? Postdoctorate or whatever. But, we will never stop learning. And it says it right here, if you stop listening to instruction, in other words, if you stop learning, you will turn back on knowledge. In other words, you will forget what you learned, or you will throw away what you've learned, is what he's saying. You will throw away your knowledge, whatever you've learned, if you stop listening to instruction. So I think we should always consider, like I said earlier, what can we learn? What's something new I can learn? And I've been thinking about this because, I'm nearing retirement. Next few years, I'll, very soon actually, I'll probably start looking to retire from teaching. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stop learning. That doesn't mean I'm just going to, move away somewhere and seclude myself and enjoy the rest of my life. No, I need to continue learning. I need to continue seeking more knowledge. And, people ask me, well, what are you going to do when you retire? You're still fairly young, what will you do? And, there's different projects that I'd like to do that will involve me learning new things, new ventures. But, it's just something that we need to always think about. What can I learn? What's something new I can learn? And there's a lot of inspiring stories out there of, people that are in their 70s and their 80s that, that are still learning new things, that are, the other day I read a story about a man that was 81 years old and he learned how to play an instrument at that age, and so there's always something new that we can learn. So I encourage you today that you never stop learning, that you always look for something new to learn. whether it's by reading something, by involving yourself in something, by listening to something, that will build you up, that will help you learn, that will help you be a better person, because we won't stop learning. We should always be ready to learn, as it says here in Proverbs. And back to what Leonardo da Vinci said, learning is the only thing the mind never exhausts. The mind will always learn. We might get old on the outside, gray, wrinkled, whatever, slow down physically, but the mind will never exhaust if we keep it going. Yeah, if we don't keep it going, then the mind will stop, and that's what it also says in Proverbs. You will lose that knowledge, you will forgo that knowledge, right? But we need to keep our mind busy so that we can continue learning. All right. Well, I hope you have a great day, and we will talk to you soon.